On this episode of Mythbusters Junior,
It's another day in paradise.
Jesse, Cannon, and Rachel are on a mission to test a supersized myth of domino demolition.
I'm king of the world!
Domino car crusher in 3, 2, 1. Boing.
Come on!
And Elijah, Valerie, and Allie
Dude, you're ready for combat.
tackle a terrifying balancing act of supposedly impossible physics.
When you're playing Jenga, is it impossible to take that bottom piece out without entirely toppling over the tower and losing the game?
Yes, I'm back. With a brand new team of the best builders, the brightest minds, and the boldest busters I could find. Yes, they're a bunch of kids, but the myths, they are as full-size and as explosive as ever. This is Mythbusters Junior. We all understand the domino effect, where a single event causes a chain reaction of similar events. The most famous example being, of course, dominoes. But what if a domino could tip over more than its own weight? And what if each subsequent domino got bigger and heavier? Could you get to epic proportions with that domino effect? That is our question. Can pushing over a single humble domino set off a chain reaction of bigger and bigger dominoes until you could crush a car? That's what we're going to try and answer, and I have faith in this guy. I have named him Dominic. So, that is our challenge. Can a single domino have enough power to start a chain reaction that could eventually crush a car?
Okay, so how do we want to tackle this?
This domino is about 2 inches tall, so if we double the size 10 times, then it'll give us an 85-foot tall domino.
I love this story because I love any story that takes an abstract concept like math and makes it physical. Yeah, here we go.
Gross.
In this case, we're talking about exponential functions, which can get very big very quickly. I have no idea whether the guys are going to be able to build a domino sequence that can crush a car, but I can't wait to see them try.
Crushing cars and the forces involved are a much-loved metal-mashing part of the myth-busting legacy.
I think this is gonna happen.
When the team retested the myth of a car compacted and hidden in the wreckage of a truck collision, wow! They didn't get the perfect pancake, but did see the kind of explosive energy required to crush a car. Especially when they ramped it up with rockets.
Wow! Holy crap!
Question is, can a chain reaction of dominoes bring this kind of demolition? So for Jesse, Cannon, and Rachel, the first order of business is to experimentally determine exactly how much tipping power a domino has.
That works.
Okay, so 1 knocks over 1.1.
1.3.
And establish the ideal increase in size between each domino.
1.5.
This is 1.7.
1. That was
Okay, that definitely didn't work. Our test gave us great data. We figured out that a domino can knock over 1.5 times its own size and weight. That's our ratio.
Taking that ratio and applying it to Dominic, the numbers get pretty big pretty quickly.
At the 20th domino, it's well over 100 million pounds, so that's definitely not gonna work.
Crazy.
Cannon's determined that 12 exponentially increased dominoes should provide the car-crushing power they're looking for. With domino number 12 expected to come in at just over 7,000 pounds and 14 feet tall, he may be onto something.
Oh, yeah. Straight Picasso here.
At this stage, it's theoretical. But with faith in the 12-year-old math prodigy, the team begins fabricating the dominoes, scaled exactly as per Cannon's calculations.
That's 6. On to number 7.
Expert builder Rachel is tasked with making dominoes 1 through 7 out of MDF, or medium density fiberboard.
And we're up.
I'm ready.
Next up, Jesse, the welding whiz, begins building the big guys.
The reason we're using steel for the 8 through 12, all right, now I gotta skin it, is because they're a little bit heavier, so we need to go with somewhat stronger of a material so they don't fall apart. This is only number 8.
While Team Domino continues construction, cue myth number 2.
Elijah, you are scaring the bejesus out of me. Who does not love this game? It is a classic. The rules are pretty straightforward. With one hand only, you remove a brick from a lower level and place it on top.
Oh, yeah.
As you go, of course, that tower gets taller and taller and less stable and eventually, usually, crashes down.
Elijah, you ready?
No. Yes.
But there is one mythically impossible move in Jenga. And that is, in a late-stage game, if the whole tower rests on a single brick, the myth is that it's impossible to remove that brick without the whole tower crashing down. I think that's a testable proposition.
3.
Yep, and when it comes to the underlying physics of this myth, the team has the perfect place to start. When testing the myth that a motorbike can pull off the tablecloth trick, Adam and Jamie realized the key component was speed. Or, to be scientific,
It needs more of a big jerk. I'm not talking about Jamie.
yep, the faster the cloth or Jenga block is pulled, the less time there is for frictional forces to topple the tabletop contents. They may have busted that myth, but the Jenga fable is still on the table.
Okay, clearly it's a difficult move. The question is it an impossible move? And what are the contributing factors to testing this story?
Center of gravity is very important.
Definitely human ability.
Yes?
And the smoothness of the table you're playing on.
Yeah, you're right. The friction of the table surface plays a huge role in this. Now, I have something that I'd like to show you guys that should be fun, but also may help you think through testing this story. Are you game?
Let's do it.
Allie, Elijah, and Valerie already have a pretty good grasp of the parameters of solving this impossible Jenga move if it is solvable. But I'm gonna give them a little bit of extra perspective. And that is a trick that I learned during Tablecloth Chaos, the tablecloth trick. Now, I'll warn you, I haven't done this in 6 years since we shot that episode, but here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Almost!
Yeah, that mostly worked.
That was pretty respectable. So the whole point of this is actually, it's about how you pull the tablecloth. And the trick is, the way you pull it imparts the least amount of friction to the objects sitting on the table and allows their own inertia to keep them where they are. The trick is to pull down and straight down. You gather up some tablecloth on both sides of the object and you pull straight.
There you go.
All right, who's up first?
Wait, what?
All right, you feeling good about this?
No.
3, 2, 1.
1. Ah, that's how it's done.
Spectacular failure.
Got a bad feeling about this. 1. There you go.
Fabulous.
So what I learned is that the faster you pull out the cloth, the better results you get. 3, 2, 1.
That was awesome.
Which could potentially help us with our Jenga story.
My whole life has been leading up to this moment. Okay, ready?
Yeah. Only one glass, that's really good. All of this applies directly to solving the impossible Jenga move. Only one glass! If it is at all solvable, it's going to involve a lot of speed, a lot of lack of friction, and a perfect lateral movement. That's my assumption anyway.
So Adam showed us the tablecloth trick, which is really cool and focuses on force and momentum. And so now we're going to start working with friction and how that's going to affect our Jenga playing. Okay.
Yep, to find out if this towering tall tale is fact or fiction,
Why is this called a square if it's a triangle?
friction is on the table. Literally.
Nice. Fits like a glove.
Awesome.
Allie, Elijah, and Valerie are trying to give the mythically impossible Jenga move the best chance of succeeding
Test number 1, wood surface.
by building their tower on top of the smoothest possible surface.
And 3, 2, 1.
That is the surface that imparts the least amount of friction to the Jenga pieces themselves.
Bingo. That one was 19.
And they've come up with a pretty ingenious rig for testing this. It's a simple tilt table. They put different surfaces on the tilt table, put a Jenga brick on top of that,
This is plastic surface. 3, 2, 1.
and tilt it until it slides.
There we go. This one was 17.
The material that lets a Jenga brick slide at the lowest possible angle, well, that's the one with the least amount of friction.
Hey, they look like they're levitating.
This is glass surface. My prediction, glass is gonna win.
I think glass is gonna have the Jenga block slide off the fastest.
Glass is going to be the slickest. We were at 24 that time.
Final test. Granite surface.
There you go. This one was 12.
That's the lowest one yet.
So to test our impossible Jenga move,
We're gonna use granite. These
Awesome.
results are like the most surprising things since I found out my room had a doorknob.
Okay.
I meant closet. I meant closet.
Right out of the gate, we're gonna test this myth in the simplest way possible. We're gonna play Jenga.
3, 2, 1.
The question we want to answer is, can any one of our 3 young Mythbusters, with their fresh musculature and cat-like reflexes, remove that brick, bust this myth right now? 1.
what about you?
Yeah.
A couple of hours later, and the answer is cleared.
This is looking very close to impossible at this point for a human to pull off that impossible Jenga move. So I think we should go next to mechanical help.
Based on all the collapsed Jenga towers, it's totally clear to Team Jenga that they need to resort to superhuman solutions, i.e. mechanical solutions. And I've heard whispers of what they're thinking about, and it's gonna be pretty cool. I can't wait to see them execute it.
1.
Elijah, Allie, and Valerie are tackling an infamous gaming myth.
1.
Legend has it that with no other move available, elite Jenga ninjas can pull out the solitary bottom block.
1.
After several unsuccessful manual attempts and a look into the archives, the team realizes speed is the key. And so, for added spectacle, they've supersized the Jenga blocks.
How come they don't teach us this in school?
Yeah, that's cool.
And they're getting busy designing prototypes.
Wow, yours is the most elaborate one yet.
First up, programming prodigy Elijah.
Okay.
Without an obvious electronic solution, he's stepping out of his comfort zone with a mechanical system engineered to maximize speed.
I was thinking about killer catastrophe. They designed a launcher that launched a fish with bungee cords. I was thinking of building a claw grip with a bungee cord at the end to get the bottom Jenga block off. Now I just have to figure out how to build it with the materials I have.
Meanwhile, Allie, taking inspiration from tablecloth chaos, has decided to apply the speed she needs with a two-wheeled solution.
All right, so basically my idea is to hook this bike up to a string, which is going to be hooked up to a caliper, which is going to be hooked up to the bottom piece of the Jenga tower. And I'm going to go really, really far, really, really fast, and hopefully it'll just yank that bottom piece right out without knocking the tower over. I feel like a mushroom right now in this helmet.
Yep, maximum momentum, and the block will be pulled free as fast as possible. An ingenious idea from our patent-pending inventor.
Woo!
While Allie's using pedal power to get up to speed, Valerie's going for air power.
Let's do this. I was thinking a pneumatic actuator, which I actually got from my robotics experience. I was like, oh, you want to push something out that's fast and that's strong? I was like, oh yeah, pneumatic actuator, perfect.
With an air-powered piston mounted to the base of a swing arm, the speed is maximized, and the block is knocked out, in theory.
Now I'm excited.
With the air tank connected, Valerie's ready for a low-pressure proof of concept.
3, 2, 1. That was awesome.
Elijah has his carp cannon-inspired bungee system set up for a test. And in keeping with the fine tradition of getting dressed up somewhat unnecessarily for the occasion,
I like it.
he's wearing protection.
Dude, you're ready for combat.
Yes.
Well, safety first, right?
Is everyone ready?
Set.
3, 2, 1. It's a little anticlimactic. 1.
A productive prototyping session, and all three hosts are ready to proceed. They're also getting to know their colleagues.
If I had to say where my fellow Mythbusters would be in the future, I think Valerie would be president,
That's awesome, Valerie.
It is.
and Elijah would probably invent some kind of video game or something that would really take off. I think that sounds about right.
Back with Team Domino, and they're testing the tall tale that this little guy can set off a chain reaction and crush a car.
So we're talking about force amplification here. It's not just the force of one domino, it's the force of all of them added up. The kinetic energy increases with each domino that topples.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that. Totally.
Ken, you want to do the honors?
Sure.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. Oh man.
It's slipping, a
Slipping?
little bit.
1.
Yep,
Wah, wah, wah.
a conclusion confirmed when the action is slowed down.
So when there's slippage, the dominoes aren't able to exert all of their force onto the other dominoes. So we're gonna put something on the surface of the table to add more friction. Boop.
3, 2, 1.
Ah. Come on.
The main thing we had to focus on was the distances, because if we got too far or too close anywhere, then the dominoes wouldn't fall. We just need perfect spacing.
Using the center line as a marker, they change the variables on each test. Hitting the line,
It needs to be maybe like...
Yeah, it needs to be slightly above.
then marginally above and below to work out the most effective tipping point.
There we go. There we go.
Oh
That
man.
was close.
We have put friction tape, we stopped the sliding, we even got the spacing perfect. And we cannot get this thing to work.
Oh man. No.
This experiment has kicked us in the butt.
That sounds familiar. When it comes to tricky, finicky, intricate chain reactions
Why is he stuck? He's never gotten stuck before in his life.
requiring every single step to be just so,
What the
the Mythbusters have holiday-themed history. And as Adam and Jamie found out back then, the devil is in the detail.
The monkeys are going!
Every single contact point and connection has to be perfect.
Yeah!
While Jesse goes back to constructing the larger steel dominoes, Rachel and Cannon continue working through the problem.
We can't get these dominoes to fall over, but we had an aha moment. Regular domino edges are round, so why not round the edges on our dominoes?
We're gonna see if that makes it better. In 3, 2, 1, blast off. Oh, hey. Hey!
It worked.
Thumbs up. You know the key to having a good old slap? Watch, I got this. Look at my elbow. Always look at my elbow. You'll always slap. You'll always have the exact same, always.
Cannon is a 12-year-old genius who can literally do anything that he puts his mind to.
Unlimited power.
And he's just really funny.
The rounded edges mean the distance the center of gravity has to move before it topples is less,
What?
meaning it's time to ramp it up. And design consultant Tamara
That thing's taller than me.
steps up to help out.
Okay, looks like we're good. All right, domino test 1 through 9. In 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God.
That was awesome.
Number 9 can obviously do some damage. I mean, that was pretty crazy. Let's see what it can do. Watermelon crush test.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh.
The watermelon didn't stand a chance. But to confirm this myth, they'll need to significantly scale up to crush a car.
But I think we're in a good place. Now it's time to build 10, 11, and 12.
Are you guys eating welding-infused watermelon?
They are. They're eating welding-infused watermelon.
It's good.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm a kid, and growing up is hard. That's why I start off every morning with a bowl of Jenga. Jenga is composed of 54 high-fiber bricks that give me all the nutrients I need to start my day.
Elijah, Valerie, and Allie are almost finished building their mechanical methods to test the myth that you can remove the bottom Jenga block. All three hosts are focusing on speed, and Valerie has beefed up her prototype to that effect.
Ooh, big pneumatic cylinder.
Ta-da.
Can I see it go?
Yeah, totally. All right, this is pneumatic actuator test in 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
1.
A few tests later, and Valerie has her swing arm primed for action at maximum velocity.
Hey, Elijah. How's your build going, buddy?
It's going pretty good.
Have you tested it?
Yes.
How did it do?
Not as horrible as it could have. I'm definitely thinking of adding stronger bungee.
That's never a bad idea.
And with a little help from his co-host,
Oh, there we go.
How did you are magic.
No, I'm not magic. I just give it a little more force. It's physics, not magic. Okay.
Elijah gets ready for a more powerful test.
Why am I holding a broom? Are we allowed to just...
To screw into this table surface?
Yes.
Yes, I make an executive decision that we're totally allowed to do that.
Yeah, Adam has really high energy.
Perfect.
He's really supportive, so when you work with him, you don't feel intimidated by his skill set at all.
I think we're ready for a test, Elijah.
Okay.
Count it in.
3, 2.
Wait. Counting it in doesn't just mean counting. Jenga block, Elijah's test,
Oh,
in.
I can't do that.
3.
Oh, wait, actually, I can do
Yeah. Always count it in.
Wait, do I say Elijah's test or my test?
Your test, however you want to say it. You don't have to speak about yourself in the third person. Only Jamie Heineman does that.
Jamie wants big boom.
Jenga block bungee test in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that was awesome.
1.
Give me a high five.
I think that might be a little stronger than the last one.
And with that, and a few final decorative touches,
In case you haven't realized, my favorite color is red.
the team's ready to test.
We have scaled up our blocks so that they're easier to use, and we have built our mechanical devices. So the only thing that's left is to test it out.
Now, I think it's important that you each work from identical circumstances. So I'm gonna play the game of Big Jenga until it's 30 layers high. We will chronicle exactly what that list is. Big Jenga's nerve-wracking, so that I can repeat it all 3 times and that you're all 3 testing your rigs under identical circumstances. Sound good?
Yeah.
So that's 28.
Oh, 2 more still?
You need to lean it more the other
Layer
way.
29.
Should I get my hat?
Go ahead. Yep.
Okay.
I'm okay.
I don't think we're gonna need the hard hats anymore.
Take 2.
I still stick my tongue out, I know.
But this time,
This is crazy. Who would do this?
A Mythbuster.
despite a few nerves, they get to the designated height.
All right.
30.
Nobody breathe.
And that means it's time for Elijah and his bungee build. The stopper is in place.
Beauty.
The bungee cords are stretched into position.
Good. Up, up, up. There you go.
And the clamp is tightened onto that precarious single bottom block.
We are under tension. We are locked. You are in the right position.
Jenga bungee test. In 3, 2, 1.
It was an utter failure. That was fantastic. Give me a high five. It pulled the entire tower with it. The whole thing just tipped over.
Yeah, that was really pretty epic.
Elijah's build did not successfully remove the bottom brick from the Jenga tower, but I think it was a very sound idea. And this makes me very curious. There's a lot more downforce on that bottom Jenga brick than I originally thought there might be.
Up next
That's it?
That's it.
is Allie, who's relying on her own 2 feet to reach top speed.
Allie is just about to execute the giant Jenga brick impossible removal maneuver. That just came out of my face. All right. And the advice I gave to her, having done things like this before, is your only job is to ride forward. Don't slow down for anything. Keep on going. I love this method. It's very Wile E. Coyote. I told her to stop when she reaches the sun, which is just the other end of the parking lot. Get your head in the zone, okay?
Okay.
I have high hopes for this maneuver. I think it's actually going to be the most amount of shock load brought to the bottom brick of any of the 3 experiments.
It was very nerve-wracking, and I was just stressing about all the infinite amount of things that could go wrong. Let's do this. Is this why you have dismemberment insurance?
You have dismemberment? They never gave me dismemberment. Okay. Go ahead and call it in. This is your experiment now.
Okay. You guys ready?
Yep.
Ready? Okay. Center bottom block removal with bike. In 3, 2, 1. I'm guessing it didn't work.
Dude, that was so close.
It was better than
That was
mine.
awesome.
The high speed reveals that Allie's bike yank had promise.
Oh! Whoa, that is cool. I like how it just stops on that one block right there.
That is awesome.
It was the top part. It was perfect.
But ultimately wasn't fast enough to overcome the friction. Up next is Valerie. With the identical 30-layer tower rebuilt.
Okay, that's a precarious late-stage Jenga game.
Will her air-powered piston pull off the impossible?
The waiting's over. I'm gonna charge the tank.
With the air pressure set to its maximum rating,
Okay, we're at 120 PSI. It is your experiment. Count it in.
and Valerie's nerves equally highly charged,
Oh my God, I just got butterflies in my stomach, no lie. I'm like, oh my God, okay.
this is the Myth's last chance.
This is pneumatic actuator test. 3, 2, 1.
That was really close!
Oh,
That was amazing! That was so much closer than I thought it would be after
was
seeing the
awesome.
previous test.
3 out of 3 failures. But they're not calling it yet. The team thinks there's an issue with the supersized blocks.
Our thought process was that if we made this huge Jenga tower, then we could have bigger blocks, which would mean that there's a larger thing to grab, so it'd be easier to yank it out from the bottom. But what we didn't account for is the amount of weight that we'd be pressing down on it would be a lot more than actual gameplay.
In scaling up our Jenga bricks, as cool as that was, we messed up the physics. See, when you scale something up by length, width, and height, you also have to commensurately scale its weight. And thus, to finally test their rigs and call this myth, they're going back to the normal size Jenga.
And with their rigs remodified for standard size blocks, they're ready.
Wait, where's that thing that I had that I was gonna just...
Elijah!
No! Okay, sorry, that was completely my fault.
Almost ready to go again.
Twist a little bit here. Ooh.
Wait, did you curse?
That's me cursing. I can't believe I cursed on camera. I've been so good this whole time.
No, he wasn't. I heard him once before.
Well, you said it.
Third time's a charm.
Okay. All right, we're in. Everybody focus.
I'm going to have gray hairs at the end of this.
I think we all are.
I already had a gray hair after first grade.
Oh, that is awesome.
Question is, will it work?
Are you ready, Elijah?
Final small-scale bungee test Jenga tower in 3, 2, 1.
Oh! That was very, very good.
That was incredible!
1.
Oh!
Dude, that was a lot more successful. I think we're on the right track going to the small scale Jenga.
Punch in, buddy.
Yeah.
Allie's next. The bike is attached to the fishing line and calipers. The tower constructed, a nickname bestowed.
You better not be writing Kick Me.
Oh, gosh, no. I'm giving you a nickname here. I'm calling you Crash.
Okay. I hope I don't, though.
It's a nickname, not a prophecy.
And launch procedure initiated.
Jenga bike test final in 3, 2, 1. I see no tower.
Totally destroyed.
A perfect failure.
That was really, really fun, actually. I like to think of myself as very competitive, but I try not to let it get in the way of just important things like this.
Valerie's up last. Will this Jenga journey end in a block party, or will they crash and learn?
This is pneumatic actuator test, 120 PSI, final test.
And 3, 2, 1.
Whoa!
That was awesome.
That was amazing!
1.
Oh, amazing!
That was awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
1.
You couldn't even see that. It was just like, poof, it was gone.
That's great. It's a samurai Jenga. That's what you've invented, a brand new game.
Right.
Amazing. Well done.
Thank you. I did the impossible Jenga block. Oh my God, it worked. It was so cool. 120 PSI, and this thing is standing. My pneumatic actuator pushed out the impossible Jenga block, which was just amazing.
Yep, with an impact velocity of 75 miles per hour, there's little time for friction, and the tower stays standing.
At this point, you might be wondering, I can hear you thinking, I wonder how much of those mechanical solutions the kids came up with themselves. And I'm here to tell you, they did. And it totally worked. The impossible Jenga move is, in fact, possible.
1.
That was awesome.
Weighing in at a whopping 7,016 pounds at a height of 14.42 feet is Domino number 12. I don't really feel like one of those announcers so much as a kid running out of breath, screaming for his dear life.
Next up, at 2,081 pounds, is number 11.
Sound like a large drum.
Domino number 11 is going up.
To make weight, he's on a pre-fight diet of concrete.
Well, all of our heavy steel dominoes, the latter half of this sequence, are in place. It only took a couple of forklifts, about 12 people, and twice as much time as we were hoping to spend on it.
Lucky number 11.
Now it's time for Team Domino to come out and set up the front half of the ring. Remember, they had great results with this in the shop, but the entire sequence has never been tested. It is still just a theoretical exercise until Cannon tips over Dominic. That's when we find out if this works.
With the final prep in progress, cue the unfortunate Crushy.
Check out our new car. Her name is Carlotta Parkalot. I'm definitely looking forward to crushing my first car, since I haven't even driven one yet.
All right, looks good.
All right, let's crush the car.
First up, Adam clues in Cannon on a key myth-busting skill, shouting.
I need you to call it out. And it's like this.
This is Domino Car Crusher in 3, 2, 1.
And then, boink.
Okay.
Let me hear it? Let me hear the voice.
This is Domino Car Crusher in 3, 2, 1, boink.
Beautiful.
With the countdown rehearsal down pat, the setup is complete. Every single contact has to be perfect.
Next one. Straighten it up. There we go.
The spacing and alignment is double.
Okay, so, oh.
Well, we know that 5, 6, and 7 are working great.
Definitely.
And then triple checked. This is a 1 in 100 shot, and they have to get it right first time.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Awesome.
I was really nervous that 8 and 9 and maybe even 10 would fall over. If they had fallen before we were ready, that would have been really bad.
Okay.
Ooh.
We're in the zone. We're ready to do this. All safeties are off.
I'm putting your hearing protection on, all right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You ready?
Ready.
Call it in, sir.
Car crush test by Domino in 3, 2, 1.
Come on!
No!
Don't anybody move! I found a tool. Oh my God!
Oh my God, that is crazy.
Yeah! Oh my God.
That is joy. Oh my God! You guys, that was unbelievable. I cannot believe how well that worked. Come on! Up until that recalcitrant last domino. You crushed the car!
Considering the sensitivity of the chain reaction, and despite the final domino requiring a hint of persuasion, in essence, it worked. With no chance to reset and try again, the team will have to call it based on this test alone.
This feeling, the calm after the storm, it's an old, familiar feeling for me, and it's particularly delightful to be able to facilitate it for a new generation. Dudes, look at what you have wrought. I'd say the last domino has a big crush on this car. I got a pity laugh from Cannon. Here's what I find totally amazing about this. That little Dominic here, tipping over, doink, in 12 steps, moved thousands and thousands of pounds of steel. Not only is that a magnificent physicalization of exponential numbers, but for me, my favorite part of this episode was watching Rachel, Jesse, and Cannon learn the sensitivities of the engineering required to set up this really sensitive rig. I've been on a lot of sets and had to set up things that were pretty tough to do, and these guys brought their A game to this. My hat is off to them. Well, actually, here, my hat is off to them.
So, how do you guys want to call this myth?
Okay, you guys removed so many tiny, tiny variables from every single setup. To get it right, I'm gonna say it's plausible.
Plausible it is.
All right, well done, Mythbusters!